In today's video, we're going to break open a box of Eevee heroes, but there's a catch. The box is Korean. The purpose of this video today is to help educate people on Korean Pokemon cards. There isn't a lot of information out there, so hopefully today what we can do is help go over some of the pull rates. We're even going to go over a few questions like how is the card quality? What about the value that you get out of the box? Or is this even investable? Is this worth purchasing? Or is this a hard pass? We're going to go over all that and more in today's video. But first, before we get started, make sure you do me a solid. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time I upload new content. So before we open up this booster box right here, I just want to go over a little bit about my past experience with Korean Pokemon cards. I actually started buying Korean booster boxes about a year ago. What really drove me to try these out to make this purchase was the price point. At the time, most Korean booster boxes were thought of as absolute garbage, and people would not buy them. Sellers would have these sitting around and have to mark them down to $15 a booster box in some cases just to move them, okay? So I want to start out with that. During this time, I've actually purchased a nice selection of these booster boxes from the Sun and Moon era. I purchased a ton of Shining Legends, the Tag All-Stars GX, and it didn't take very long before people started actually recognizing and noticing Korean booster boxes for what they were. These are a very affordable product, and they're just great overall if you want to open up a bunch of product and without going broke. With that said, selling singles is not easy unless if you pull like the main hits of the set. So in this case, I can guarantee you the VMAXs, the Vs and stuff like that probably won't sell very well. If you were to pull an alternate art or maybe one of the rainbows, these would probably sell quite easily. Now the price point, they do not sell for nearly as much as the Japanese counterpart. But then you also have to keep in mind, these are much less than what the Japanese box costs. Now, since the time I was buying Korean booster boxes, prices have definitely risen a lot more now that people have actually recognized the value behind these boxes. When I was buying them, like I said, they were going for about $15 a box, maybe $20 on the high end. I held them for several months, and I actually sold all of my boxes, the Tag All-Stars GX and the Shining Legends, for all about anywhere from $80 to $100 a box. Now, keep in mind, I bought in at about $15 a box. There's definitely some value behind investing in these products. So, a downside to these products as well. These are not very accessible. Finding these in the US is very difficult, so most times you have to buy from a Korean seller. That means shipping time is going to be incredibly long. For most of my shipments, I waited around a month for my products to arrive. Then you'd potentially deal with custom fees. It's not nearly as convenient as purchasing an English product or something that's sold in the US. If you are patient and you do invest in these, as an English seller, you have the advantage, and most people will pay a premium just to be able to get this box quickly. Let's break into this so we could go over the pull rates and the quality of the boxes, because there is not a lot of information known about Korean products. So this will be a good way for us to review this. But before we break into this box, I actually want to open this up. We have a Legends of Blue Eyes booster pack here in Korean. If you're into both Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, you could get very affordable vintage Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster boxes in Korea if you're willing to wait and deal with the shipping. Now, these clearly aren't worth nearly as much as the English counterpart, but if you just want that blast of nostalgia, this is a very affordable option to go about it. So we're going to open this up. As you can see, card quality is actually quite good. Now we're going to get into the booster box itself. There is one thing I do want to note before we really get too far into this. Korea started putting shrink wrap around their booster boxes around the Sword and Shield era. Before the Sword and Shield era, they used to actually put a slab of like a sticker that seals it right here. So if you buy an older booster box in Korean and you're like, why isn't this sealed? Why is there a sticker holding it shut? It is not likely to be tampered with. It's more than likely that's exactly how it came from factory. So, like I said, you do get 30 packs and 5 cards per pack, just like the Japanese booster box. We're shuffling these around a little bit just in case of their map. I'm not really sure if Korea does it that way. But let's get right into this. We'll go over the card quality, and we'll see what the pull rates look like. Okay, look at this. We got I guess they do poke cards here. Now, as you can see, the color of the card is a little bit lighter than the English counterpart. Now, this is normal. This is actually one thing that you will see about Korean Pokemon cards, as well as the fronts look a lot like Japanese Pokemon cards, but the backs look like English Pokemon cards. So, now, we have a lot of packs to go through, so I'm not going to go through all the names. We're just going to breeze through this, and we'll stop at when we see the hits. But you get to enjoy the exact same artwork, and look at that Sylveon VMAX. Beautiful card. And we'll take a closer look here. As you can see, the quality of these cards is actually better than English. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you, considering the quality right now is absolutely awful for English booster packs, but now I don't like using the tear strips. I think they're actually harder to open with the tear strip. Oh, would you look at that? We have a full art Vaporeon. Beautiful card. As you can see, these still have the texture. Now, I'm not sure if you're actually guaranteed a secret rare in each set, so we'll find out. Maybe it'll help it go a little quicker. Zoro Art. Marshadow. Okay, we got a Sylveon V. So let me know what you think about these. Do you like the print quality of these cards? Okay, we got Glaceon VMAX. Swampert. Umbreon V. So it's looking like the pull rates are pretty similar to Japanese. These are exact same artworks as Japanese as well. Entei. Grimmsnarl. Okay, we got Vaporeon V to go with that the full art. Raichu. So we're actually going to give away all these hits that we pulled to one lucky subscriber. So if you are not subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Like this video as well to be qualified, and then let me know your favorite evolution. We have a Leafeon. So the winner will receive all these cards right here. Very, very nice card. And no hit out of that last. So here you can see the actual cut quality of these cards. As you can see, these are very cleanly cut. Overall, I think if you're just looking to break open some packs and you can't really afford to dump $120, $130 on a box of Japanese Eevee heroes, the Korean version would definitely be a good option for you. As you can see here, we got about the same amount of hits that you'd get from a Japanese box, but we got them at a fraction of the price. Now, if you want to enter to win these hits right here that we have, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you comment down below. Let me know your favorite evolution. I will cover shipping to anyone in the US. Any international winners would have to cover shipping costs and customs costs. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about these Korean Pokemon cards? Do you think it's worth buying? Honestly, I personally think that these are a good bang for your buck, especially for someone who really just wants to rip open a bunch of packs, but is tired of overpaying for these products. The Japanese version of this set is outrageous in price, and Evolving Skies, the English variant, is even very difficult to find, and when you do find it, chances are you're going to pay quite a bit over MSRP. I really appreciate the support, everyone, and as always, let's make like Charizard and keep this passion burning.